right, so what we're going to work on today, guys, is we're going to go through the alphabet just like usual, A through Z, and then we'll have some fun with some words, maybe do some numbers, and yeah, talk about things as we go. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to do A first. A is dit da. Now remember, when you're doing Morse code, guys, you want to learn first with the sounds, right? And not the actual visual representation of the code. Because if you learn first with the sounds, then it's a lot easier to do the written part because you just sound it out in your head. So like dit da would be like a dash dit. Okay, so I'll just throw it in chat. So dit da is A. So dit da. Let's see here. That would be an A. But you don't want to learn it that way. You want to learn it with your ears first. So we're going to do 10 A's. So dit da. Let's just get it ready. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to space them out so we got a nice gap in between. Good. I think I'll do the alphabet challenge after. I think that's around 10, so that's 10 A's. So dit da, okay. Then we've got B. B is da dit dit dit, okay. So da dit dit dit, B. And I'm going to slow it down in between each time. Oh, I forgot about the sound of my keyboard. Hold on. I can make this a little quieter. I figured out a way to do that. I should actually get a silent keyboard, right? I should actually get a silent keyboard. Okay, so da dit dit dit. Just trying to stop that keyboard stroke from kind of getting in the mic too much. I'm trying to like go slower and a little bit easier on the keyboard. That's 7 so far. All right, there's our B's. Nice, nice. Okay, now we're going to want to do C. C is da dit da dit. Okay. Actually, you can see it on my screen there, but I encourage you not to look at those. Just focus on your ear. So da dit da dit. That's a C. Okay, so I gotta erase that one. That was more my finger just having a spasm. There we go. Now we're gonna go D. D is da dit dit. Okay, I messed that one up. There's D. E is just one dit. That's it. That's E. Dit. 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 All right. Very straightforward for E. We haven't got there yet, but T is da. That's it. All right, F. Dit dit da dit. F's a little bit more engaging, one would say. There you go. I'm going to do a nice little gap in between each one. Nice. All messed up. Got to backspace that one. Nice. That's a lot of F's going around there. G. Da, da, dit. There we go. think we'll also start some C+ today in this stream as well. Hopefully the keyboard is less loud this time than it was last time. That was G. E, F, G, H. H is dit, 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 dit. 4 dits. Okay, but you got to go a little bit quicker than that. Just trying to be very mechanical with that H. Really consistent, really mechanical. By the way, I'm just using a keyboard. I do not have an actual Morse code transmitter. Maybe that'll be something we get into on the stream one day. Get a little amateur radio. I think you got to get certified first. All right, H, I. I is 2 dits. Dit, dit. That's it. Dit, dit. Not that. There we go. We get 10 of these, approximately. I just look at the length of the line. I just stop and it looks about right. All right, there's our eyes. Gonna take a little drink of coffee. By the way, guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for popping by. Thank you for popping by. I know there's a bazillion things you could be doing right now. I wanted to do this stream now because it'll be on the channel for the day and the night. I played some Ember's Drift today and had a great time, but I'm going to put that up as a video, not a stream. Because I want the graphics to come through really nice on that. When you stream, you have a little bit of you give a little bit on the graphic quality. All right, J. J. Why am I seizing on J? J is dit, da, da, da. Okay, so 1 dit, 3 das. There's J. By the way, guys, if you have any words you want me to do when I go through the alphabet version, just throw them in chat. So usually what we do is we'll pick a word that starts with the letter that we're doing. And we will do that word 3 times until we get it 100% each time. Okay, there's our J's. K is da da da. Da da da, that's K. that was an elongated one. All right. There's our case. L. Dit da dit dit. Let's use our mouse for a bit. I gotta rest my hand a little bit on this keyboard thing with this fabric over top. Just use the muscles a little bit differently. Just give them that little pause. So those are L's. Little pause. Get that spacing down. All right. Now M is da da. You know, a fun little practice for yourself when you're learning Morse code is figure out what your name is in Morse code. All right. And there's M. N is da dit, the opposite of A. That's about 10, probably more. O is da, da, da. Almost time to go back to the keyboard here. Get the muscles working on this side. Finger muscles. There we go. P is da. Did da da did. Did da da did. I heard a bird. All right, there's our piece. Q. Da 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 da. Okay, da 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 da. There we go. Yeah, we're going to start that again because I'm a little bit off here on my fingering. I'm going to try to get more mechanical with it. See how I'm moving my head? Morse code is an audio language. All right, so you want to move with that. You don't have to move while you're doing it, but you know what I mean. All right, there's our cues. R is did da did. That's it. So I recommend if you're going to practice with me, open up this nice little Morse code simulator by Lucas Sedberg. I'll put the link in the chat. And yeah, just practice along with me. There it is. Even if you're watching this stream 17 months later, you know what I mean? Just practice on your own using that link. It'll always be in the chat. It'll always be in the chat. Need a drink of coffee. And once again, though, when you use that tool, don't look at the code itself, right? Just pay attention to how it sounds. Because when you're learning through your ears and versus your eyes, it's a different skill. I just gotta make a sound on this so I can activate the window. Okay, now we're gonna do S. And as always with S, we're gonna do an SOS once we're done. S is dit dit dit. And our mandatory SOS, because we've already done O. So it's going to be dit dit dit, da da da, dit dit dit. There it is. Let's do 3 of those. There we go. All right. T. T is just a bunch of daws. Just one daw, actually. That's it. So remember, E is a dit. T is a daw. Easy 10 right here. All right, now we're going to do U. U is dit dit da, and D is da dit dit. So it's the opposite of D. So dit dit da. Do 10 of those. Good. V is in Victor, is dit 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 da. There's our V's. W. W is the opposite of G. So G is da da dit. W is dit da da. Okay? Not exact opposite, but that's how I like to think about it in my mind. So W. If you're using this tool, I recommend you look at the letters, not the code, in the two lines, just so you can really focus in on that audio stuff. Okay. There's our W's. X is opposite of P, so X is da dit dit da, whereas P is dit da da dit. It's almost like a happy face, right? Oh, getting a little too fast. Okay, Y. Y is going to be da dit da da. There we go. Why? Why not drink a cup of coffee right now? I'm on my second cup. Too deep, too deep. Now we're on Z. Z. Z is da da dit dit. And try to get more mechanical. Okay, there's Z. All right, we've done the whole alphabet now. Now I'm going to do the alphabet challenge, where we go from A to Z in order on the app, and we try to keep the letters tight. All right? Take number 1, alphabet challenge. See? Got to space that out a little bit better. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I was going to do a B instead. Oh, I did it again. UV. See, this is why we chat. This is why we practice it. Right? So we messed up. We got to U, and then we just collapsed. So we got to get this. We got to get this solid. We just got to get this solid. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I messed up on that one. Okay, we gotta start again. Gotta start again. By the way, I do not encourage you to do the alphabet challenge right away. If you're just starting, just listen. Like, I mean, you can skip past this part. This is more for me. Just learn some letters first. Don't try to pressure yourself into doing the whole alphabet right away. I'm gonna just close my eyes here. All right, how did I do? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, missing the V, T, U, V, missing the W. Okay, so the V and the W hooked us up. All right, I'm going to keep my eyes open this time. We're going to try again. Hold on. Okay. No, it said V to W, dude. No. This just might not be happening today. Sometimes that happens. I just want to get that timing down, you know? You gotta get that cue. Whew, she's tough. It's not tough like if I were to slow down and do it, it'd be no problem. But it's the hand coordination that I'm working on here. So, and it's an important skill to have. So I do want to practice this as much as I can. Yeah, I'm falling apart. I'm just going to stop that for now. We might come back to that later. But like if I were to slow down, it's no problem. TV, W, X, Y, and then Z. So it's not that I'm struggling with. It's the condensation of the letters, right? Now, that being said, there's not going to be any words out there that are that long that you have to keep all the lettering that close that I'm aware of. But I think it's a good skill to work on. Okay, let's do some words now. We're doing fantastic. So we're going to start with A. Let's do amber. Amber. So amber is going to be da, 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 dit, 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 da, dit. That's amber. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Amber. There's amber. We're going to do 3 of those. And one more. We'll try to keep it tighter. There we go. It's a little bit all over the map, but we're going to roll with it for now. B. We're going to do, let's do bobcat. So bobcat's going to be da, dit, dit, dit for B. Da, da, da for O. Da, dit, dit, dit for B. Da, dit, da, dit for C. Dit, da for A. Da for T. All right, we're going to do bobcat. Who's picking these names? Who's picking these words? All right, here we go. Bobcat. There we go. I think we'll just do 1 word today instead of 3, as long as we get it perfect. If we don't get it perfect, we start over. C, we're going to do cookie. I don't know what it is. C is for cookie. It's good enough for me. So cookie's going to be da, 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 dit for C. Da, da, da for O. Times 2. Da, da, da for K. Dit, dit for I. And dit for E. All right, here we go. Cookie. Oh, need 2 O's. No, we messed up. Gotta start again. There we go. Cookie. All right, D. Let's do dopamine. Dopamine. So that's going to be D-O-P-A-M-I-N-E. So it's going to be da, da, dit for D. Da, da, da for O. Dit, da, da, dit for P. Dit, da for A. Da, da for M. Dit, dit for I. Da, dit for N. And then dit for E. All right, so we're going to do dopamine. Pretty sure that's how you spell dopamine. Let's try to tighten up that P to A transition. There we go. Dopamine. E. Let's do eat. Let's keep it easy. Eat. So that's going to be dit for E, dit da for A, da for T. Eat. We'll do a couple of these. That was a little fast. Same. Gotta practice it. It's the mechanics of it. It's the pausing, right? Okay, if you go too fast, it combines them. I stayed on that one for a little bit because that was good practice. All right, F for fun. F is dit dit da dit. U is dit dit da, and N is da dit. So fun. Okay, here we go. Let's tighten that up. There we go. Let's do 2 more funs. I feel like, you know, there's just some words that are really good practice words. G. Let's go for goose. Let's go for goose. So let's see. Goose starts with G. So it's going to be a da da dit. Then it's going to be da da da, da da da, and then S is dit dit dit, and then E is dit. Okay, let's do goose. Let's tighten it up a little bit. There's goose. Let's do one more. There we go, goose. H, let's go hero. So H for hero. H would be dit, 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 dit. 4 dits for H. E would be dit. R is dit, da, dit. And O is da, da, da. Hero. Okay, here we go. Hero. 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 All right. Even though it said herba. I. Let's go. Last time we did intelligent. We'll not go that long this time. Let's go. Let's try something a little bit challenging. Let's do Ichiban. So that should be ICHIBAN. So I is dit dit. C is da dit da dit. H is dit 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 dit. I is dit dit. B is da dit dit dit. And then A is dit da and then da dit. This is going to be a tough one. Ichiban. Okay, so Ichiban. There we go. Ichiban. Let's do one more. Nice. Okay, that was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. J. Let's do jet. Let's keep it small. Let's stay in the theme of small for this stream. Jet. So J is dit da da da. E is it dit. And T is da. All right, let's do jet. There we go. See how that's kind of musical? Da da da, dit da, da da da, dit da, da da da, dit da, da da da, dit da. You know what I mean? Like that pause. That's why you got to learn with the ears first, guys. It's always easy to go back and transcribe from your head the audio to the paper, but it's not easy to do paper to audio. All right, K. Let's do kip. Let's do kip. We haven't done a lot of P's. K-I-P. Not sure if that's the word for anything, but we're going to use it. All right, so K is dot dot dot. I is dit dit, and then P would be dit da da dit. Okay, here we go. Kip. Okay, I messed up already. That was Kit though, Knight Rider, but we're gonna do Kip. There we go. Let's do one more. There we go. Kip. 2 kips. L. What should we do for L today? First, before we decide what we're going to do for L today, let me just say thank you for your likes and your subscriptions. I do appreciate that. Please leave your comment below. Let me know where you are in your Morse code journey. I was going to do a little C+ today, but, you know, once I get going in the Morse code, it takes a lot out of you. You know what I mean? All right, we're on L. Let's do lamb. Kind of fitting since it's Lent season here. All right. Lamb. Lamb is L. Dit, da, dit, dit. A is dit, da. M is da, da. And B is da, dit, dit, dit. All right, so here we go with lamb. Okay, let's tighten that L to A transition. Here we go. One more time. There we go. There was definitely some rhythm with that one. M, we got to do the money, guys. We got to do the money. M is da da. O is da da da. N is da dit. E is dit. Y is da 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 da. Da dit da da. Okay, here we go. Money. There we go. Let's do another one. Nice. N. Let's do nickel, as in 5 cents. So N would be da dit. I would be dit dit. C would be da da da. K would be da. No, sorry, hold on. N is da dit. I is dit dit. C is da 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 dit. K is da da da. E is dit. And then L is da 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 dit. Or no, sorry. L is da dit da da. No, hold on. L is dit da dit dit. Okay, here we go. That was a lot. That was a lot, right? All right, here we go. Nickel. Let's try to get a couple in a row, nice and tight. Yeah, there we go. No. It's that C to K. That's tough. There we go. Let's do another one. There we go. One more. It was that C to K again on that last one. We gotta get one more clean one. I gotta hold that da on the end of that K. This is a challenge. I'm writing this one down. I haven't written really any down from the stream, but we're gonna write nickel. Let's see if we've ever written nickel down before. No, I don't think we have. I don't think we've used it before. It's a challenging one though, for the timing and the spacing. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's my brain wants to pause there longer than it should. There we go, one more. There we go. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. We'll be rolling out that nickel again. We'll definitely be rolling out that nickel again. All right. O. What should we do for O? I feel like we've been down this pause on O before. Let's do oat, as in oats. All right, let's do oat. So O is da da da, A is da da, T is da. Let's do oat. There we go. That one's fairly fluid. There we go. P. Let's do something a little longer. Let's do Pringles. Pringles. So P would be da da it. R would be da it. I would be dit. N would be da it. G would be da it. L would be da it. E is dit, and then S is dit. All right, let's do Pringles. There we go, Pringles. Let's do it again. There we go, Pringles, 2. I'll take it. Q. Let's do Q. Q-U-E. So Q is da 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 da. U is dit da. And E is dit. Q. I did a D. All right, here we go. Q. Here we go. There we go. I did that last one a little fast. There we go. Q. R. Let's do ran, as in Billy ran to the corner. So R is dit da dit. A is dit da. N is da dit. All right, here we go. Ran. Okay, let's tighten that up a little bit. There we go. One more time. There we go, ran. S, let's do sleep. So S is dit. L is da dit. E is dit. Another E is dit. And then P is da dit. Here we go, sleep. One more. Oh, I got steel there. We got to get sleep, though. There we go. One more time. Come on. Gave me an F there. That was too fast, I guess. Okay, let's tighten it up. There we go. Sleep. T. Let's go. Let's say for T, let's do TED. T-E-D. So T would be da, E would be dit, and D would be da dit dit. All right, so here we go. TED. Let's tighten that up. Tighten it up. There we go. Ted. U. Let's do uncle. Uncle. So U is dit dit da. N is da dit. C is da dit da dit. L is dit da dit dit. And then E is dit. All right, here we go. Uncle. There we go. Let's try one more time. There we go. 2 is good enough for me. V, let's do vice. V is dit 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 da. I is dit dit. C is da dit da dit. And then E is dit. Here we go. Vice. There we go. Oh, messed up that last one. There we go. Vice. W. Let's go 1 as in I won the game. So that's gonna be dit da da for W, da 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 for O, and N is dotted. Here we go. 1. Oh, messed that one up. There we go. 3 ones. X. We're gonna do XIE, Z. XIE. So that's gonna be da dit dit da for X, dit dit for I, dit for E. So that should be an interesting one. A lot of dits going on there. There we go. Y. Let's do yes. Y is da 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 da. E is dit. S is dit dit dit. All right? Yes. Oh, that's interesting. Gave me kind of a weird symbol there. And Z. Let's do zebra. Z is da da dit dit. E is dit. B is da dit dit dit. R is dit da dit. A is dit da. Here we go. Zebra. Okay, one more time. Nice. There we go. We made it through the alphabet. Let's do some numbers. So remember now with numbers, it goes like this. It goes dit da 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 is 1. Dit dit da 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 is 2. Dit 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 da da is 3. Dit 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 da is 4. And then dit 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 is 5. And it goes the other way. It goes da dit 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 is 6. Da da dit 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 is 7. Da 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 dit dit is 8. Da 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 dit is 9. And then of course there's no 10. You just got to put 1 and 0 together. All right, let's do some numbers. Number 1. We're just gonna go one. We're just gonna go in order, but I'll put a gap in between each one. Okay, and let's just do 10 for fun. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, guys. That brings us to the end of our Morse code practice for today.